Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is Tyrone back with Tech Life. And before the Formula One race gets started in Las Vegas, I think it's 10 p.m. Vegas time that race starts. I wanted to share some speed tests with you. So this is from a Verizon engineer who's in Vegas on his personal time. This is his vacation time. He's on the strip. He's right by the racetrack. So he sent me some speed tests, and he told me, unbiased, Verizon is very, very strong, and they're sending that back to their bosses and their higher ups, bragging, because the millimeter wave is just the best type of spectrum and bandwidth for that type of event. So you see here, over 2 gigs on the downlink, 25 on the uplink. He said he did not see an area around the racetrack close to it where T-Mobile outperformed Verizon. It just did not happen. There's just too much millimeter wave, too much ENDC, SA, C-band aggregated with millimeter wave for T-Mobile to stand a chance with just N41. So here's a T-Mobile test. This is in line of sight to a T-Mobile cell on wheels. As you can see, this will handle all of what T-Mobile has going on. Its customers, point of sales, ticket booth, whatever. It'll work, but it's not outperforming Verizon. That's the point that I want to make in this video. And we'll see, hopefully Carlos S. Tech is able to do some of his testing because it is a T-Mobile sponsored event. So we're not going to see any other media coverage on the other carriers. We're just going to see how T-Mobile performed. And we're gonna just have a narrative that T-Mobile is going to create that favors them, of course. They're not going to say Verizon beat us. But the millimeter wave is just too much. Now, I know there are examples out there where N41 is able to hit over a gig. In some cases, even a little over 2 gigs. But with those scenarios, there's just not the type of usage that you would see at this event. You're talking about 100,000 plus people that are packed inside of that small area. N41 at 120 megahertz is not going to give you anywhere close to what millimeter wave can. So that specific event is meant for millimeter wave. As T-Mobile once said, they're going to deploy it where it makes sense, and they chose not to deploy it at this event. Now, I'm not saying there's no millimeter wave. I'm sure there is one of the cell on wheels that has some type of millimeter wave on it. But sometimes when T-Mobile has millimeter wave on air and they deploy it, it really doesn't perform any different than what we see from N41. So that, to me, is a backhaul limitation. When Verizon deploys millimeter wave, you're going to see a difference versus the C-band speed. Millimeter wave is going to do 2 gig, 3 gig, 4 gig, 5 gigs, and you're going to see a huge difference in the performance versus the C-band, mid-band. You're going to see it. You're going to see the difference because Verizon is running dark fiber. They're running the highest possible fiber circuits to the millimeter wave possible. So you can see the difference. With T-Mobile, I've seen speeds on millimeter wave that I've seen on N41. So it's really not that big of a difference. So they're not really all engaged on millimeter wave as Verizon. And I've said that before. AT&T the same. I've seen AT&T speeds on millimeter wave perform similar to midband. Now, recently, I have seen some millimeter wave on AT&T 2.4, some 3 gigs. So they must be lifting some kind of cap or they're adding more backhaul. But I have seen it, right? But for the most part, when it comes to Verizon millimeter wave, they're just the best at it. They deploy it the most. They run the highest circuits. They have it the best optimized. I mean, you name it, it's just the best. So be expecting more of this tonight. Verizon beating out T-Mobile on speeds. Again, everyone is going to be able to handle and do what they need to do. Verizon's going to be able, their customers are going to be able to do what they need to do. T-Mobile is going to be able to do what they need to do. They're going to be able to run the tickets. I think they have a photo booth that's wireless. The snack bar, the point of sales, everything is going to be able to be handled on this connection, especially since there's a slice now available for everything. Once you have the slicing involved, I mean, you can run everything just on N41 just fine. So either way it goes, T-Mobile is not going to fail. Verizon is going to have the best speeds, and that's just what it's going to be. We just have to live with that fact. When you see these types of speeds moving forward, hopefully I get some more shots tonight during the race, and I'll share those with you guys. But I just wanted to get this out before the race starts. Verizon millimeter wave all over the place on their cell on wheels. Anything that's temporary, it's all loaded with millimeter wave and C-band, and they're just going to have the best speeds possible. So let me know your thoughts in the comments. Like, share, subscribe if you're new. Follow my social media outlets. This is Tyrone with Tech Live. See y'all in the next one. Peace.